This guided meditation is called Thunder Spirits. It's a full-length, long-form meditation release that includes 4 tracks. It basically follows the same format as my first release, The Tree of Life. So it contains the full-length guided version and an instrumental full-length version. It also contains a medium-length, more concise version, and then the instrumental of that medium-length version. In this video, I'm also going to talk briefly about the spin-off, much shorter versions called the Storms Crescendo and Lightning Rhapsody, which are short and micro meditation releases. So this group of guided meditations revolves around the idea of rising into, the loving embrace of the thunder spirits. You float through a cocoon of pure white light, absorbing revitalizing energy along the way. You basically rise up into the loving embrace of a thunderstorm and absorb as much energy as you require. It's a wonderful regenerative meditation. This is a very intense experience with lots of amazing sound effects that really deepen the whole experience for you. This particular meditation was recorded a long time ago. I don't really know the date or even the year it was recorded. It was that long ago. Anton, my business partner at the time, originally recorded the spoken word dialogue for this one, but the piece never got released. It has basically sat in the vault for years. It's a pity it never saw the light of day back then, but I'm so glad it has finally been released. Well, as I said, it was recorded many years ago and originally featured Anton on spoken word. I wrote the spoken word dialogue while I was at work. At the time, I had a job with lots of downtime, so I had plenty of time to dedicate to just writing and coming up with ideas. It was such a long time ago that it's hard to remember details actually. I think the musical soundtrack was written first. Then Anton came over and recorded the spoken word, and then I basically edited everything so that it all made sense from a flow perspective. I worked on the mix extensively and got the whole package to a point where it was ready to be mastered. So Anton had a copy of the piece and was listening to it and using it as meditation practice, and I think it pretty much was ready to master, but we just never reached that point. Ever since, it's basically sat there just gathering dust until now. So after all these years, I finally decided it was time to reboot Pathway to Perception, and Thunder Spirits was one of the first pieces I worked on to relaunch the whole project. As I've already stated in one of my past videos, I asked Anton whether he would be interested in rejoining our partnership to work on new and old material, and unfortunately he declined the invitation. He has basically moved on and wasn't interested. He gave me his blessing and wished me luck with the relaunch. So to cut a long story a little bit shorter, I began working on upgrading some of the sounds in Thunder Spirits and re-recorded the spoken word dialogue. I spent some time getting everything sounding as good as it could, and then I mixed the whole piece. Mastering followed, which really is the icing on the cake in terms of sound quality. So finally, after all these years, Thunder Spirits has finally been released, and I'm so excited for you all to hear and experience it. Really, just the length of time it was just sitting there gathering dust For a long time, I didn't even give it any thought at all. I was off doing other things musically, so I was very busy for many years. It was just completely off my radar until I started considering the relaunch of Pathway to Perception. One of the most challenging things about working on really old music is it was originally recorded on a different computer with a different version of Cubase, and all the sounds are old and I probably don't have them anymore. All I have to work with is the old MIDI files and the very old spoken word dialogue. So the whole piece has to be brought over to my new studio under the latest version of Cubase. Most of the sounds have to be replaced or updated because either they sound old or they don't exist anymore. And then I have to rebuild everything from the ground up. So sometimes it's easier to write something fresh, to be honest. But look, in the end, it's turned out awesome, and I'm so pleased with the end result. It was really challenging, but it was definitely worth it. This whole group of meditations has turned out amazingly well considering where they came from and the amount of work they required to upgrade everything. I'm so happy that they've finally seen the light of day. I hate working on something, spending countless hours writing and recording everything, getting everything sounding amazing, then it just sits there on a digital shelf and never gets released. It's just such a pity and such a waste of time and effort. But we got there in the end, and I'm so proud of this group of releases. Lengthwise, I think I've covered every single angle for the listener. We have the full-length version right down to the micro meditation version, so everyone is catered for. And I hope you all enjoy this one. I think it's a really powerful experience. It's very satisfying for me. This piece has been in the vault complete for so long. It just feels really good for it to finally be released. It has gone through some major changes over its lifetime, but I'm really happy with the end result. I'm super excited about the new art direction as well. I think the cover art sums up the meditation perfectly, and I couldn't be happier with how it all turned out. The entire package is something I'm so proud of, and I can't wait for you all to hear it and to experience the meditation for yourself, because it's quite an experience. And there you have it, folks. That's a wrap for our latest question and answer session. If you've been enjoying what I'm dishing out, why not hit that subscribe button? It's the best way to keep yourself in the loop with all the cool stuff happening with Pathway to Perception. If you feel like diving into the online world, my meditations are just a click away on all major digital platforms. Perfect for those moments when you need a bit of calm and tranquility. And for all those wanting to go the extra mile in supporting Pathway to Perception, please swing past my Bandcamp page. You can grab my meditation straight from there, and that helps me out immensely. Your time means the world to me, and I genuinely hope you found some juicy tidbits in this behind the scenes sneak peek. Until next time, take care and stay well.